Ladies, beware of the one-sided conflicts, the one-sided beefs, the one-sided competition where women have issue with you when you're not thinking about them. Oftentimes, you'll hear that somebody has beef with you or a conflict with you through hearsay, subliminal messages, or you just all out hear it from that person. Sometimes when women have one-sided beefs with you, when they have hidden conflicts against you, it's because of them, not you. Can you imagine somebody disliking you, having an issue with you while you're sitting at home, sipping your tea, listening to your music, while you're reading your Bible, while you're reading your scripture, while you're meditating, talking to God, somebody is all out hating on you and dislike you? Can you imagine being unbothered, taking care of your children, shopping, going to work, working on your businesses, getting your bag, and all the time there's some negative, bitter Betsy sitting back, spreading gossip about you, saying how much she doesn't like you, and she's holding something against you from 2 decades ago? Do you imagine, or can you imagine, that there are some women who are very, very petty that way? They don't like to see you thriving and happy. And when you are a little bit too happy, you're a little bit too unbothered, like I've said in previous videos, there are some women who will take issue with you because you're not giving any energy, time, or attention to their attitude against you. There are actually some women who are so bitter and miserable, and of course this doesn't go just for women, but I speak to women here on All Things Woman. But there are some women who are so bitter towards you simply because you're not returning the energy that they give out to you. Some women try to pick and make issues with women simply because they don't like you. If they don't like you for petty reasons, such as you're cute, you're likable, you're approachable, people are drawn to you, pretty much when they're jealous of you, they will try to nitpick and make conflict with you. They will create imaginary beefs with you because they're insecure and jealous in your presence. When a woman is jealous of another woman and she doesn't have any reason to dislike her, she will often create a reason to dislike her. There are some women who are very petty and jealous and negative that way. You might, this might be your first interaction meeting somebody, and suddenly you hear that the girl doesn't like you, the woman doesn't like you, and you've had minimal interaction with her. Women like this are often your women who are jealous and easily threatened by other women, and because of that, the woman who's the object of their jealousy, their envy, and making them feel insecure on the inside, they have to create an imaginary beef in order to justify their bad behavior toward you. Typically, the woman who's the target of this jealousy and insecurity of another woman, you didn't do anything. You're simply existing in your skin, being yourself. You're being calm, cool, collected. You're looking good, feeling good. You're being cordial with other people. You're not problematic. And when you are that way, there are some women who, because you are that way, they're going to see you as stuck up, conceited, bougie. They're going to see you as everything that they're not in a positive way and try to create imaginary beefs with you. I can't tell you, not so much now, thank God, because I am pushing 40 and fabulous and proud of it. But when I was younger, in my teens and early 20s, I can't tell you how many times women tried to create imaginary beefs with me. I'll give you a one-time story when I was working in the mall, when I was working in the gallery. And this young lady, she saw me talking to a gentleman, which he works across from where I worked. And we would just talk, he's a coworker, he's an employee. We're just talking. And me, when I talk, I'm not like, I'm kind of animated when the conversation is interesting to me. And I smile while I talk. So I guess I was doing a little bit too much smiling while I was talking to him. And now all of a sudden I noticed that the tension, it kind of shifted, like the energy shifted between myself and that young lady. So let me set up the scene for you. I work here. He worked in a little kiosk right across from me, and the young lady worked next door to me. And she would watch me much like that jealous monitoring spirit that likes to watch you from afar and, wish bad on you and create tension on you. She was watching me. I noticed on the side, just looking at me. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like, we're just talking about socks. He literally worked at a sock cart, and we were talking about how bad the customers are. That's pretty much what we're talking about. How bad the customers are, being in customer service, dealing with this, dealing with that, making jokes, the usual customer service things. But this girl, I guess I was doing a little bit too much smiling, and she found it her business to walk over and say, so how your girlfriend's doing? How so-and-so? Because she knew his girlfriend. You see where I'm going with this? She's trying to orchestrate a beef. She was trying to orchestrate a beef. Do you know that night when this man's girlfriend came, she was giving me the side eye. And why? Because I'm almost certain this lady went and said something that was not true about me, and now she's trying to put the other woman against me. But me being me, at the end of the night when they were all leaving, I speak to everybody and say, have a good night, y'all, while my boyfriend is standing there waiting for me. These are very teenage, early 20-ish, scenarios and things that I went through. But many of you watching me, you are in your 20s. Some of you even in your 30s and 40s still have to deal with these petty little situations. And I'm trying to school you on how petty and weird some women can be. When they see you being a little bit too likable, they want to create beefs with you, create conflicts, say things about you that are not true simply because your personality, your beautiful, wonderful personality, rubs them the wrong way. And I know this has happened to me in the past, and that's not the only time. I could give you other stories, but I'm not going to get all into my business. But I am very experienced at dealing with the one-sided beefs from other women who you really could give two flying fig trees about. Like, they're not in your thought processing. And believe it or not, that triggers them even more when you don't care about them. Like, when you can see them and not see them, they don't like that. It's like they want you to return the energy that they're giving. If they're being negative and nasty, they want you to feel that and stop. A woman who is jealous and insecure of another woman, her goal is to make you feel so uncomfortable that you stop being you. And that's one thing that we don't do as women. Not when you're in your teens, not when you're in your 20s, not when you're reaching middle age. You never allow the bitterness and negativity of a jealous, insecure woman to stop you from shining and maintaining your beautiful, outgoing, or reserved personality. But a jealous, insecure woman, when she wants to create an imaginary beef with you, she wants you to feel like somehow being yourself, especially if you're more feminine and more kind and more classy. She wants you to feel like, okay, I'm doing too much. It's always that vibe of you're doing too much. And it's because the aura you give off is very light, very gentle, very welcoming. And women who are more savage-like in mentality, when they want to create imaginary beefs with you, is typically with a woman who is not like them. If you end up being the kind of woman who is savage-like, who is negative, who, likes to run people away, you repel people. Because women like that who like to create imaginary beefs with women who are minding their business, they are typically the ones who repel men and women alike. They are typically the women who do not know how to take it easy and just relax. Have you ever came across the woman who's so bitter, so negative, so miserable? Every time she opens her mouth is something negative. Every time she opens her mouth, she has an attitude. Every time she opens her mouth, it's something that makes you cringe because she's so bitter and negative and miserable. And I can hear somebody in the background saying, you don't know what people are going through. You don't know what people are going through. We're all going through something or have been through something. As I've said before, that is no reason to spread your negativity onto the next. Deal with yourself. And a lot of women don't want to deal with themselves, and in turn, they like to turn their bitterness, jealousy, envy, and negativity onto other women. But these one-sided beefs, these are things that very much can stem not just from the woman themselves, but from other people instigating things about you that they don't like, and they try to turn other people against you as well. One-sided beefs, When you are familiar with the term and you know exactly what I mean by it, you know that vibe you get where it's like you haven't done anything, but you just get the feeling they just don't like you. Like, what's happening? And I'm not saying that you should care about this, because one-sided beefs are just that. They're one-sided beefs. You don't care. Typically, you're not even aware of it. You just happen to hear things about yourself or hear that somebody's talking bad about you. And often it's like, okay, I understand why. Like Little Kim said in that song, if I was you, I would hate me too. Yeah, I agree with that, because not that you look at yourself in an elevated light, but believe it or not, some women see you as top tier. They see you as a standard. And because of it, they just tend to malfunction and get all out of sorts in your presence. And because they don't know how to show their admiration and just be a girl's girl, they have to create one-sided beefs. They have to imagine in their mind that you looked at them the wrong way. They have to imagine and create in their mind that you said something to them the wrong way. They have to fabricate stories of schemes and tricks and sordid past because they're jealous of you. Because you're shining so brightly and people like you, they have to create those one-sided beefs. And don't let men be involved. My goodness, some women, when it comes to men, they will tear apart their sister. They will tear apart their sister in order to make themselves look more appealing in the eyes of men. But what they don't realize is that a man who is actually valuable, all human life is valuable, but you know what I mean. A masculine man, a man who's valuable, he can see right through those kind of things. And you actually push him toward the woman that he actually wants. He stops settling for you and goes to the woman that he actually wants. And I know that might rub some people the wrong way, but I'm going to be completely transparent with you. When you have some women who are so savage and so bitter and so rough and miserable toward other women, they typically give their men, the men in their lives, that same kind of treatment. I remember when I was an assistant manager in a retail store and I was ringing up this lady and her boyfriend, I guess, and I was bagging up the stuff and he was standing there while she was whipping out her debit card. Red flag number one, but that's another video. And I guess he didn't grab the bags quick enough. And she was like, get the bags, Dad, boy, get the bags. And he gave me this look like, save me. And I'm like, that's not, no. Like he had that look as if he's so sick and tired of her. Now, I'm not saying that whatever their dynamic is, like I said, we don't know. I'm just making the point that some women, because they're so harsh and abrasive, they just repel people in general. They don't know how to talk. Their attitude, the mood, it's just too much. And a little bit of a sidebar from this conversation, let's speak about the statue that they have so strategically placed in Times Square in New York. It's a big statue, a tall statue of a black woman looking tired, worn out, and they are positioning her as every woman. She represents the black woman. And you have a lot of people who are very disgusted and upset by that statue. And you have some people that are actually praising the statue and saying, thank you for representing us. For me as a black woman, I'm still trying to figure out in 2025, why do we still need to be highlighted in that way? Like, why are we still seen as some kind of subsect of people when we are the vast majority of people in the world right now? The way I see it. Look, I don't have statistics and all of that for it. I'm just saying there's a lot of us, we're doing a lot of things. Why do we need this? And then of all the representation they could have chosen, why choose to have a woman who looks like she's worn down, tired, and just been dealing with kids all day and she just worn down and tired? And I know some people might take issue with that, but you go on Google. I want you to do this. Go on Google and type in feminine woman. You're not going to see the first images pop up be a black woman. You're going to see all other nationalities except black women. I have to use different resources for my thumbnails and stuff, and sometimes I'm looking up feminine women. The first thing that pops up, the only things that pops up, is a bunch of white women. And that's unfortunate. And I tell you this because The representation, the point I'm making, the representation they have of black women is tired, worn out, stressed out, and carrying everybody. And I think a lot of women, especially black women, are getting to the point where we're tired of that representation. Why couldn't you create a fabulous statue of a black woman resting in her femininity? Why couldn't you create a statue of a woman, a black woman who is happy? She looks happy and she looks joyous and, she looks resilient. Why does it have to be the worn out, tired version of the black woman? Like, we are not just that. And I know, like, you have white women who are tired and worn out too, but stereotypically, it's always a black woman who's shown looking tired, worn out, always in casual attire, distracted with something. They got one statue, I think, over in Italy, but they got a black woman with jeans and a t-shirt looking at a phone. Like, we are so much more than that. So I just had to add that in there in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about that statue. Me personally, I'm just like, go ahead somewhere with that, because there's more to us than just being tired and worn out. It's really exhausting to see the same narrative pushed about black women. And what's worse is that you have a lot of black women, a lot of people who are praising the statue as if that's what a lot of black women want. Believe it or not, black women don't want to be worn out, stressed, and tired. It just happens to be the lot that a lot of women have in life right now, unfortunately. But the glorification of being tired, exhausted, and distracted, I don't think that's really what black women want for themselves. That's just what it is for many. But tell me what you think about that statue. And beware of those one-sided beefs, because women who are jealous of you, feel intimidated or threatened by your cuteness, by your personality, by how you carry yourself, they will try to imagine and dream up all kinds of negative things against you when you could care less about them. All right? Like and subscribe to this channel and share this content. Hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. If you watch this video until the very end, put the high heel emoji in the comment section. I absolutely love to see it. Take care.